The doctor said it was strange, but nothing alarming. The housemaids whispered that it was a curse, and the millionaire Daniel Hart refused to accept either explanation. His 8-year-old daughter, Lily, had grown weaker every day for nearly a year. But no one knew why. That changed the night the nanny looked under her bed. Daniel Hart was known for two things: his vast empire of luxury hotels and the fierce love he had for his daughter. Since losing his wife 3 years ago, Lily had become his entire world. He tried everything to keep her happy, healthy, and safe. But despite all the medicines, the specialists, the therapies, Lily's condition had only worsened. She woke up with fevers that appeared and disappeared without reason. She often coughed so violently at night that Daniel would sit by her bed until sunrise. Her eyes carried a constant sadness, and every day she seemed to shrink a little more into herself. He hired the best nannies money could find, but none stayed long. They said the mansion felt strange. Some heard noises in the walls at night. Others said Lily's room felt unnaturally cold. A few even claimed she talked to someone no one else could see. Daniel dismissed every rumor until they reached one too many ears. That's when he hired Emma Brooks. Emma was different. Calm, observant, and gentle, she had cared for children from wealthy homes to remote villages. She did not fear shadows or strange stories. She simply wanted to help the child who needed her most. From her first day, Emma noticed things others had ignored. Lily rarely spoke. She jumped at the smallest sound. She refused to sleep unless the lights were on, and she never let anyone near her bed. Every time Emma tried to tidy the room or pull the sheets, Lily panicked. "It's okay, sweetheart," Emma whispered one evening, touching her shoulder. "I won't take anything from you. You can't look under the bed," Lily whispered. "He doesn't like it." Emma froze. "Who?" But Lily would not say another word. Over the next weeks, things only grew stranger. Lily's coughing worsened. Her fever spiked at night. Emma stayed awake to watch over her, trying to understand what was stealing this child's health. One night, Emma heard it for the first time, a scraping sound from beneath the bed. She stood up immediately. Lily, half asleep, grabbed her wrist. "Don't," she cried. "Don't make him angry." Emma knelt beside her, heart racing. "Who is under your bed, Lily?" The little girl's lips trembled. "He said he protects me. But he hurts me, so Daddy will come stay with me. He says Daddy doesn't love me enough." Emma felt a chill sweep across her arms. This wasn't a childish imagination. It was something darker, a fear that had rooted itself deep inside Lily. The next morning, Emma searched for clues. She checked the windows, the walls, the vents. Everything looked normal, but Lily's room always carried a faint smell, like mold mixed with metal. That afternoon, Daniel returned from a business trip. He looked exhausted, carrying guilt in his eyes. Emma told him everything. "I promised her mother I'd build her a life without fear," he whispered. "But maybe I'm the one failing her." Emma placed a hand on his shoulder. "You're doing what you can, but something is wrong in that room, and I'm not leaving until I find it." That night, she stayed awake again. At almost 2 a.m. the scraping started. Soft at first, then louder. Lily whimpered in her sleep. Emma knelt beside the bed with a flashlight in her hand. Her heart pounded so hard it felt like it shook the floor. Then she looked under the bed. Her breath caught. Beneath the bed frame lay a small wooden box, old and carved with strange patterns. It was halfway open. Inside it were objects: a silver hairpin, a cracked photograph, a strand of dark hair. Things that definitely did not belong to Lily. But that wasn't the worst part. Behind the box, wedged in a narrow gap between the floorboards, was a vent, one that had been purposely covered. A sharp smell flowed from it, the smell of mold and chemicals. Emma's eyes widened. This was no ghost, no curse. Someone had stuffed the sealed vent with rotting material. Toxic air filled the room every night. Lily wasn't sick, she was being poisoned. Emma ran to Daniel's room and shook him awake. Together, they pulled the vent open. The horror worsened. The vent was packed with damp insulation, dead insects, and old rags stuffed deep inside. Someone wanted that vent blocked. Someone wanted Lily weak. Daniel called the police. An investigation revealed the truth. A recently fired housekeeper had manipulated the room out of revenge. She had overheard that Daniel planned to reduce staff and targeted the one person Daniel loved most. The wooden box she left under the bed was filled with items stolen from Daniel's late wife to terrify him into thinking the family was cursed. The discovery shook Daniel to his core. He broke down, holding Lily close as paramedics treated her. "I'm so sorry," he whispered again and again. "I should have protected you better." Lily weakly touched his cheek. "You're here now, that's what matters." Daniel promised that from that night forward, nothing would come before his daughter again. The mansion underwent months of repairs and safety inspections. Daniel reduced his workload drastically. He hired Emma permanently, with full authority over the home and Lily's emotional well-being. Under their care, Lily bloomed. Her health returned. She began laughing again. She played outside, drew colorful pictures, and slept peacefully, without lights on. One day, she hugged Emma tightly and whispered, "You saved my life." Emma smiled softly. "You saved your own life, Lily. You were brave enough to tell me the truth." Daniel stood behind them, eyes shining. "Both of you saved me," he said. "You reminded me what truly matters." And so the mansion, once filled with fear, became warm again, a home, not just a house. Lily no longer looked under her bed with fear. She looked forward with hope, because sometimes the greatest dangers hide in silence. But the greatest heroes? They are the ones who dare to look where others won't.